Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. My name is Celeste Montgomery, and I wanted to go over some findings from a recent article in Strategic Finance about financial forecasting amid COVID-19. A Accenture survey found that 99% of the participants of CFOs and financial leaders stated that real-time data was going to be critical to navigate disruptions such as COVID-19 and other natural disasters. Real-time financial monitoring is going to be required in order to make better decisions, have more accurate forecasts, and improve data accuracy. Dynamic planning was listed as a solution to this need for real-time data. And while the value is easy to recognize, it is not always easy to achieve. But we do have technology in place that makes it possible to do so fairly inexpensively, and it is achievable. Some of the strategic shifts that were recommended that we can take right now in order to set us up for success is real-time financial planning. They suggest to adopt a rolling financial plan that we can make changes to and update frequently. In order to do so, we will need access to data that we can pull more frequently and quickly. And instead of reporting monthly or quarterly, we will need to report more frequently, more like weekly or bi-weekly. One of the most critical points that was brought up in the article is that we will need to break down any silos within the organization so that we can collect and gather the data necessary in order to make good decisions. One way to do so is that we need to create collaborative workflows, cross-functional workflows. And we do that by identifying the information that we will need and any information that could be implemented or included that might make things better and give us better forecasts and planning. We'll have to assess how we currently collect the data and find ways that we can remove inefficiencies. Next, we want to make sure that we are maximizing our customer data. It is important to understand what our customers are doing and how they're doing. If we lost their contracts, we'll need to understand how that will affect our cash flows and our revenues. And it'll also open up we can monitor for trends and ways that we can maybe bring new ideas, new products, and processes to help our customers or propositions so that we can be successful in the coming future. Also in these times of uncertainty, it is important that we monitor our expenses. So we are going to want to set up and establish good controls and monitoring for current expenses and future expenses. It's important that we have a good process in place in order to ensure that decisions are not made without finance being aware of them or until the invoice flows in. We want to make sure that they're aware of any upcoming expenses and that we have a good approval process in order to prevent any overspending so we can protect our margins and cut costs where we can. So in conclusion, we want to make sure that we have real-time data since it's more critical now than ever before amidst these uncertain times. And we need to plan for long-term uncertainty, especially with this pandemic, and we don't know how long things are going to last and how quickly things have been changing. We need to be able to change with it. So dynamic planning is going to be critical for us to implement in order to stay ahead and be able to roll with the changes. So strategic shifts need to be made now in order to help better prepare us. By breaking down silos within our core organization, we can best have the data and gather the data and not create issues or conflict within groups. Everyone needs to be able to have access to that information. And we need to make sure that we're focusing on our customers and how they're doing and using that data and information into our forecast so we can have the most reliable forecast going forward. And then finally, continue to monitor and control our spending so that we can protect our margins and cut costs where needed and protect our business. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate you meeting with me.